Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. Manga Anantatmula. This is a name that has been splashed across the newspapers in the United States and India. Manga is running for the US Congressional District number 11 from Virginia, and she is running on a Republican ticket. Manga, welcome to PGurus channel.
Hi, Sri. Thank you. Thanks for having me on your show.
So a little bit of backgrounder on Manga. Manga and I have known each other for a few years now, and we're very good friends. And Manga is, one of those people who, when she believes in something, she goes for it. And she has been an activist. She has been involved in many causes. And I'm going to start listing her achievements. And this is a very impressive body of work. We will come to that in just a short while. But I first wanted to introduce you to the viewer to Manga, because Manga has been officially confirmed now as the Republican candidate for the 11th district. Manga, how do you see yourself in the Republican Party? Where do you see yourself fitting? Because there will be a conservative wing, there'll be a moderate wing, there'll be some other things. How do you see yourself in the Republican Party?
Oh, that's a very good question, Sri. I think I'll be very happy to answer to you and your viewers. I'm doing phenomenally well with the American Republican folks. They have been widely accepting me regardless of which group I go to and where I'm invited. So there, I should also say that it's very, very impressive that they are so willing to listen to where I come from, what my values are, and what Hinduism is. I've been going to places and trying to relate our Hindu values, how and where they align with our US Constitution. And I have been getting constantly, wherever I go, I speak to them about it, about Hindu values aligning with our Constitution and constitutional rights. I get standing ovations and applauds. So that is almost becoming an iconic kind of a speech and acceptance. That's exactly where the acceptance begins, and the embracing never stops from the Republican Party and those folks.
That's very good to know, Manga. And by the way, viewers, Manga and I have had our differences. We don't always come down on the same side on many issues, but we always respect each other's viewpoints. We can disagree. We will have a talk about it. We will have a laughter about it. We will sometimes agree to disagree. But the most important point I wanted to bring across to you is Manga is somebody who believes in her values, and she's willing to listen. She's one of those few people that I've seen who is not completely said that this is my view and I'm not going to change it. Nothing like that. We can always make her see your viewpoint, and also you should be willing to listen to hers also. So I have had one of the most intellectually stimulating relationships talking to Manga over the period over several years now. So Manga, I know that you've done some amazing work, and I'm going to start listing one at a time so that viewers know the amount of work that you've put in. The first thing that I've, seen with your work is the USCIRF pointing out the mischief that they are doing, and you are perhaps one of the first ones to shine a spotlight on them. And then now I'm seeing that there is a little bit of shift in USCIRF. They are beginning to start pointing out some of the forcible conversions, rapes that are happening in rural Sindh and Punjab, in Pakistan, and so on and so forth. So when did you start looking at USCIRF more closely?
I think it was back in 2016. I accidentally ran into that report, and also Mr. Rajiv Malhotra is one reason that I went a little bit more deeper into it when we had these conversations, and he explained to me what this is all about. So, I mean, it didn't take me a lot of time to get deeper into it, and the moment I realized that is a definite Hindu cause we need to stand up for, I need to stand up for. I did not have any support in the beginning. I was a lone fighter, and I think now everybody knows what mischief USCIRF is up to, and now I think I've raised an army of Hindu activists from a lone army to a huge army of Hindu activists now, and that's a proud thing. This is a ongoing effort, and there are more people to come into this fold to believe in and to stand up and voice their opinion. I think this is just the beginning, and we have to go a long ways.
Absolutely, Manga. And viewers, I want to tell you, this is perhaps one of the most significant achievements. And this directly affects you, the Indian American, and perhaps the perhaps the entire population of America. America was formed based on merit. Merit came first. If you had the merit, you got recognized. Guess what? For the longest time, Ivy Leagues had their own system of admissions. And Manga, along with a few other organizations, fought for the cause of the Asian American students, and this was a very tough battle. It has raged for a few years, and guess what? Now we are seeing that the Ivy League schools, including Harvard, Yale, you name it, all these are now starting to admit from 20 to 22% of their student body from Asian American students. This used to be very, very difficult, by the way. And Manga, perhaps you could share a little bit about where that started and where things are now, and how do you see things move forward?
The first time it came to my attention was I was talking to one of the lawyers in the area, and she told me when she saw me in action with USCIRF and the fire and the passion that I was fighting that cause, and she said, Manga, I think I want you to actually start looking at one more thing. Then we made an appointment, we sat and we discussed. And I went through a lot of material. I went through Article 6 of our civil rights, what it said, and what is affirmative action, and what exactly is going on. And then I contacted an organization that is actually started fighting with this kind of discrimination against Asian students. And then I got deeper and deeper into it, and they said, I did not expect any position or anything. I was I wanted to be there. I wanted to do something for our Asian students who put in a lot of effort, lot of their life, and the parents do n number of sacrifices for their children's education. So it started, and it was never ending. Then they said, we want you to be part of our board of members, directors, board of members. I said, okay, I would love to contribute as much as I can. And we had rallies. We kept fighting. We went to Department of Education, talking to Ken Marcus, who is Deputy Assistant Secretary or Assistant Secretary. And I mean, things kept moving, and our fight never stopped. We started making an influence on the federal government, and even the White House acknowledged there is discrimination. And Holly Ham, who is a special advisor on this board, she said there is discrimination, and there is mental health issues that are becoming very predominantly more common among Asian children because of the stress levels and the rejection that they have to go through after qualifying all of those high bar that is set for Asian students. And coming from that background, it made me think differently. Nobody is born equal, but we all need to get equal opportunity, and the American dream is the meritocracy. So I mean, I'm still in that organization. I still continue to fight, and I think we did a great job. But still, we need to go. Need to go a long way. 20 to 25% of more admissions have been realized. We thought that that's a good progress, whether or not we win the lawsuit. But I'm only here for good results and better results for our community children. And I think our Indian kids and Asian kids will benefit out of it. And I'm happy we are able to make a difference.
And more power to you, Manga. And you see the building behind me. I hope to see you on the steps of that building. And I hope to
Thank
take
you.
a picture with you when that happens. And I will remind you that we had this conversation in 2020, in the beginning of 2020.
Thank you, Shri. That will definitely happen.
So the viewers, the next topic, next achievement that I would like to bring of Manga is something that is perhaps much closer to Sanatana Dharma. You see, a few months ago, maybe a year and a half, I don't know exact timeline, between a year and a half to 24 months, what had happened was some of the classical musicians were seen appropriating Tyagaraja Kritis or something that was, these are songs that were sung in praise of Indian gods, and they were doing search and replace, and they were trying to sing songs, where Rama was there, that was being replaced by Jesus, and so on and so forth. And there was one such musician who was to have performed in Washington, D.C., and Manga was at the forefront of that effort to try and not allow this person to sing in a temple, because she said, and a group of people agreed, that if you're coming to a temple concert, then you have to do what is right by the Dharma, and you have actually this singer had essentially done a copy play, replace, even if it doesn't matter. The thing was that the songs had remarkably similar ragams as based on what the original was, except the names were changed to Jesus. So, Manga, where did that happen, and when did that happen, and how did that come about?
That actually happened in Washington, D.C. area. I'm a music lover, and for me, music is a passion. I'm a trained classical musician too, but I never listen to music as my background music. I really need to sit down and calm myself to listen to the music. So when I was listening, I thought I heard Esu in place of Rama or something. Then I rewinded and started listening because I was not able to believe what I was hearing. Then I did that a few times and then realized, yes, this is wrong. This is not going to be my background music or noise. So I immediately tried to contact somebody. And when I saw my phone, there was an invite from Siva Vishnu Temple inviting us to attend his concert. I said, this can be happening right now. Maybe it was Lord Rama's or Hanuman's way of communicating to me. Come on, wake up and go stop something. Such a thing from happening. I'm sure that was Hanuman. He cannot sit there and watch his master's name be stricken out of those beautiful melodies.
Yes,
So
yes.
I immediately, it was almost 1 o'clock in the night. I have early hours, so immediately I picked up my phone and texted somebody so that I was expecting them to act at least early morning. But luckily, that person was in India since it was early morning for them. So she was very happy to take my call, and we had a conversation. And she said that I need to talk to the president. And the Siva Vishnu president was very nice, and I had a very positive response. And I started a group of people to send emails and to stop and to have a ban on such masters from coming and performing in our temples. I couldn't care less if they went and performed in a college auditorium. But then our temples are really our sanctified sanctorium of our religion. So I did not want that to be happening there. And as a result, it's not only in all of the US temples that we targeted and sent out these messages, and they canceled him from coming to US at all. And it happened even in Australia. This reached, and when I went to Australia, that's exactly how they recognized me when I went to Australia. Even in temples in Australia, they have been banned, even from Canada. So I think it's just about the time to take take actions very proactive to be assertive about what you believe in.
And I couldn't agree with you more. And in fact, Manga, you have also been in the forefront of several initiatives to try and stop Amazon from selling products which were having like Hindu symbols, sacred symbols as doormats or things that, perhaps the person who was selling this did not understand the implications of what they were doing. And you've been very quick to point it out to Amazon and had some of these products taken offline, haven't you?
Yes, when it all happened, I mean, it's all legitimate for Hindus to be upset and angry and everything. But I said, unless you hit hit their pockets, people will not realize. Petitions won't help. They always fall short of. So I said, let us do a ban Amazon. And it caught up like a wildfire within few hours. I think everywhere it spread with hashtag ban Amazon. So I mean, we have social media. It's very powerful, but we need to use it very diligently and more in a useful and responsible manner. I think we will get the results. There's no point being the noise. Anytime you want to achieve something, the only language people understand is when you hit their pocket. So this is a business establishment. What better way to make them listen than to hit their pocket? Boom, it just hit the bullseye. So I mean, I'm happy I was able to contribute. I mean, there's still a lot to do. There's a long way to go. I mean, these are the very few things we are addressing. We have few things we had an opportunity to act on, but there's a lot more to do, a lot more to achieve. I think that is one of the reasons why I want to run for this office. There is a cause. There is a belief that I just need to be more focused and be a voice from inside rather than be outside. I think I have my full potential when I'm inside. I can be much more effective, and I need to fight certain wrong narratives about our Hindus, about our religious freedom as a general religious freedom act and our constitutional rights. There are so many things to fight for. I think I'd be better and more effective fighting from inside, fighting for a cause, than be a noise from outside. So this is the only motive that I have for running for this office.
I commend your sense of responsibility, Manga, and viewers. The next achievement that I'd like to bring your attention to requires a bit of a background, and please humor me while I explain to you what was happening. On August 5th, 2019, Article 370 was abrogated, and then after that, of course, then Ram Mandir came a few months later. But this set off a series of what I would call as tremors and shocks, and especially amongst the congresswomen and men of the Democratic Party. And perhaps they were having some funders who wanted to try and make it look as if there was some sort of religious bigotry being done by the Indian government, and this was beginning to take on a lot of noise. Representatives, and I'm happy to name those people here. Premila Jayapal was one, and then Ro Khanna was another one. Some of them I felt were ignorant when they were taking these stands. It's as if somebody had given them a short message and say, here, tweet it from your handle or post it on your Facebook page. That's how it looked to me. I mean, although I have been told that these are not ignorant people, these people knew fully well what they were doing. Long story short, what had happened was the US Foreign Affairs Committee was getting ready to censure the Indian government on Article 370. And there was a confidential letter that the Indian ambassador to the US had written to the chairman of this committee, and this letter got leaked. In fact, I was on a primetime debate on an Indian TV channel where I was saying that what happened was wrong, and that somebody who leaked this should not have done that. And actually, I got into a fight with a good friend of mine who said, leaks happen every day, just live with it and move on. But what ended up happening was that after that, when the Minister of External Affairs came visiting to the US, the minister refused to meet Pramila Jayapal, and that set off another storm. But you can see where all this started. We were the first one. In fact, Manga was the one who had tweeted about it, and then I looked at that, and then I talked to her and asked her, got the background. We published an article in PGurus and made people aware that there was some mischief afoot. So Manga, I want to tell you that Mr. Shringla is now the External Affairs Secretary, I believe. If not already, he's going to be soon the External Affairs Secretary in the Government of India. It's a big, big achievement for him. And I'm very happy that you got this to my attention at that point, where PGurus got involved and made this known to everybody. So thank you very much for that effort. And I want you to perhaps keep us in mind when you come up with the next such revelation. Are there anything else that are cooking in your kitchen right now?
Oh, there's always something cooking in my kitchen, Shri. Yes, I did have to bust. I mean, you cannot be waiting for a political campaign to voice your opinion. You need to do it genuinely when it happens. And that's when you know you are really concerned and want to be a person that really want to believe in a cause, and just not simply sit there and wait for an opportunity. Opportunities don't come knocking or waiting for you, but they come, pass by your way. You need to just simply grab them, recognize them. You cannot be in your slumber all the time thinking, oh, somebody else will pick up. Okay, I'll pick it up when I have time. No, when it happens, you have to make time. That is activism. That is, to me, being a moral citizen, moral responsibility towards the community, towards yourself, towards your culture. And we are all answerable to our own next generations. If we don't wake up, we cannot do what is right for our next generation. So it is on us to do what is right. We have to do ethically what is right, morally what is right. So it is our responsibility. I don't see this as a, I should be now gloating because I'm going for politics. I'm also already a nominee. Yeah, this is the time to gloat. But then every person, whether you're in politics or not, this becomes a moral responsibility to pick up on wrongdoings and raise your voice. I'm glad I did it. I should be doing it. I'm not here for a prize or a praise that I've done it, but yeah, it's my responsibility. And I do it now, and I will do it in future, and I keep doing it every time that happens. And whether it is Rokanna, Pramila Jayapal, or the squad, a good question you asked, what's cooking in my kitchen? When I get elected, it is the squad that I want to bust. You know what? I am coming, squad. I'm coming to get you. I'll be there. You will face Manga. That's my challenge to the squad, and that's my inspiration to win. And I am coming to US House of Representatives, and they will be responsible to answer me when they have some wrongdoing, when my constitutional rights are violated, when people's constitutional rights are violated. I'm coming, squad. Wait for me.
Well, Manga, you actually snatched the question that I was coming up with with your answer. You see, your name has been dragged through the mud in Twitter and social media and other platforms. That's actually a good thing, because you're being perceived as a strong candidate, and therefore, the stronger the candidacy, the more muck you're going to have thrown at. And the most important thing that I mean, if I were you, I would do this, is that your barometer, your compass is the truth. As long as you are using that as your compass, you're going to be fine. And I want to really, really reach out to all our viewers that here is a candidate who talks the talk, walks the walk. I've had several interactions with her, always found her. If she's going to disagree with me, she will tell it to my face that, no, I'm going to disagree with you on this one. We'll have a good chat about it. That's what leadership is about. Leadership is not just always giving you, sweets. Sometimes there is going to be bitter medicine too. So Manga, I want to wish you all the best in your candidacy, and I'm sure that we're going to have many such hangouts between now and elections. And I would really, really like to, have all the viewers who are in your district to give it a really good listen, pass the word, share this video with all your friends and family, and let's hope that somebody who stands up for Sanatan Dharma finds a place in the Congress. Thank you very much, Manga, and all the best.
Thank you, Shri, for having me on your show. And viewers, please support me, donate. Manga is going to the Congress to represent you, and I'm there. I will be your voice, and make me your choice. Thank you, Shri.
Thank you very much. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.